What a beautiful day this has been. The southerly breeze is continuing to make everything nice and pleasant. The sun is out, comes into bowl. Dot ball there into cover point. No, it was cover point. Beautiful, beautiful sunlight, beautiful sky, beautiful breeze, beautiful cricket. Comes into bowl. And again to, cover point, that's cover point. So the batsman, for this left-hander for the last 3 balls, has used his feet. Can Diamond Creek work him out? And comfortable there down to long on. So what? To bring in the long on. I don't know why he's there. Comes into bowl. Pushes it to the wide mid-on. Dot ball. Oh dear. That was the beamer. That was the bad ball that I was worried about. 4 runs. And I don't think that was called a no ball. Has that gone into the creek? Will that be the boundary which cracks the Diamond Creek innings? And defended. So that was not called a no ball, despite it being head high. It's 68 for 4. Comes into bowl. Oh, that went to mid-on rather than mid-off. And 1 run there. The maps has pretty much been staying the same, because every couple of good overs that Diamond Creek get, then there's a good over for Macleod, which means they more or less cancel each other out, which is why the equation of what needs to be done is still very much the same as it has been for the last couple of hours, since basically Macleod's innings started. Oh dear, full toss, bowl! Full toss, that was the loose ball that could have been taken advantage of to make 2 good overs in a row, but straight back to the bowler for a dot ball. Oh no! And that's just the 1 run. And the one where he drags it down could have been the bad ball that concedes a boundary that makes this a second bad over in a row, but no, just the 2 runs from it with the 1 ball to go. Diamond Creek just holding their nerve, not allowing the bad balls to start accumulating, just trying to get through these overs very quickly. And pushed it down to long on for a comfortable single. 3 runs from that over. It's 71 for 4. The police car has come into the Coventry Oval. I don't know what they're doing. Are they trying to check on what the score is? Comes into bowl. And driven back to the bowler for a dot ball. Comes into bowl. Ooh! Works it to point for a dot ball. This is the 27th over, by the way. Oh, it's an edge, and short third man gets it, and unable to secure it safely, gets the 1 run. Every single run needs to be precious, both for Macleod and for Diamond Creek. Comes into bowl. Wolf pushes it back to mid-off for a dot ball. Comes into bowl. And oh, we can't see it because we're at the wrong end. I don't know if it was a pop-up or a bump ball. Into bowl and tries to, it's comfortable single down to long on. 2 runs from that over. It's 73 for 4. And oh, are they going to try and steal a single? No, they do not. Dot ball there. This is the 28th over. They're holding their nerve, Diamond Creek. And dot ball there, fielded by mid-on. No easy single down to long on. And they're going to go for a quick single, and yeah, mid-on was not able to... Oh no, it's a misfield. Misfield by the fielder at mid-on, concedes the 2nd run, but then the throw just missed the stumps and would have been an amazing run out off a misfield. Comes into bowl. We have not seen the blowout where someone just buckles under the pressure and just gets overwhelmed by the situation. Both of these teams are holding their nerve so far. 1 run there to mid-on. Mid-on unable to take it cleanly. Comes into bowl, final ball of the over, and are they going to get a run? Yes, they do. Good over for Macleod. It's 77 for 4. Well, I was saying that the 2nd wicket partnership was amazing because it was over 30, and now this current partnership is over 30 as well. So it desperately needs to be broken by Diamond Creek if they're going to get back in front of this game. No, that looked like it was going down the leg side. So this is the 29th over now. Comes into bowl. And straight back to the bowler for a dot ball. They're still behind, I think, at least 3 overs, Diamond Creek. If they can bowl 3 maidens, then I think it's even steads. Comes into bowl. And driven back to the bowler for a dot ball. These overs where they can see 2 and 3 runs per over through singles is just hurting them so much because they're unable to bring that required run rate up higher. And And a soft dismissal. Is that the wicket that breaks open this contest? Throwing the ball on the ground, and where's that ball? There it is. What a soft dismissal. The left-handed batsman doing so well for so long, playing so comfortably. And he hasn't walked off yet. And so that seems to be the moment of the buckling under the pressure. These two teams have not blinked for the last hour as the required run rate sits at about the same. The run rate sits at about the same, and Macleod continue to be that little bit in front of Diamond Creek throughout the last hour. And suddenly, is that the moment that allows things to change up for Diamond Creek to actually get ahead of the game? Because the wicket has fallen. Slowly but surely, they've been trying to get those dot balls and get that required run rate to slip upwards and upwards. And is this the time when they can actually apply so much pressure to Macleod that they just make more mistakes and lose it, and Diamond Creek are able to win this game, which would be a remarkable turnaround. So, the left arm off spinner has taken the wicket. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, leaves it alone outside the off stump. Wicket maiden is on the cards here. No. Would have hit him outside the line of the off stump. A wicket maiden there. It's 77 for 5. This is the 30th over, so there are 11 overs to go. Left it alone outside the off stump. And pushes it. And dot ball. Comes into bowl, and they get the 1 run. Comes into bowl. Ooh. Chops down on the Yorker. Oh, inside edge. Dot ball. One ball left in the over. Tries to work it down to third man. They're going to call a single. No, they do not get a single from that. It's 78 for 5. Okay, here we go. This is the 31st over. Whoop. Into bowl. It's a full toss, driven to long on for a comfortable single. Comes into bowl and tries to play it off the back foot. Unable to do anything with it, either work it or push it, and so he ends it, it just does nothing and blocks it. Comes into bowl, and it's a big outside edge, and it goes through the gap in the covers, and the fielder at cover, I think cover point, has to field it around, and they get 2. We're approaching the final half an hour of this game, and can still very tight, but I feel like Macleod just a little bit in front. Still, I think a little bit in front. Mostly because the target is so low. If the target was more like 120, that would be an amazing contest. But 109, I still think Macleod are in the front seat. And defended off the front foot. The ball bouncing a little bit more than expected, and the oohs and ahs of the Diamond Creek team. All the fielders are saving one on the ring. No one is attacking, and no one is on the fence. No one's outside the circle even. Comes into bowl. And ooh! Tries to think about advancing, but in the end leaves it alone. It's 81 for 5. The off-spin bowler is to continue to bowl from the Diamond Creek trail end. Leaves it alone outside the off stump. Oh, well, what was that? The umpire looked like he was not going to call it, but then when the batsman gave him an ugly look, then the umpire changed his mind. And leg glances it, and it's a quick single, but it's another misfield. 2. Are they going to go for a third? Yes, they do get a third. Well, another misfield by, I think it's the same fielder, and that means 4 runs are conceded off that one ball. Defensive block for a dot ball. Now the newer batsman is on strike. Comes into bowl. And defended. Back to the bowler for a dot ball. I'm still saying what I said before. Like, get 12 dot balls. If Diamond Creek can get 12 dot balls, I think there would be level peggings with Macleod. But as long as, for a while, Macleod have just been getting the 1s and 2s they need to stay that little bit ahead of the game. Comes into bowl and defended off the front foot. So here we go, last ball of the over, and drives it, and straight to the fielder at point, and it's a dot ball, end of the over. It's 85 for 5. Okay, so this moment has come where they had to switch it up, where the spinners could not continue to bowl forever, but they have bowled significantly well. So we've had 12 overs since the drinks break, and lost 1 wicket, and it's been a holding operation. Largely successful, I believe. Comes into bowl. We're back to the seamer, I believe the opening bowler. So let's give you a sense of it. They went to the drinks break at 56. The score is now 85. So 29 runs have been scored from 12 overs. So 2 1/3 or so runs per over have been scored by Macleod since the drinks break. And it's a uppity drive, but falling well short of the fielder at mid-off for a dot ball. So that is the holding job, which has kept Diamond Creek in this game, though not ahead of this game, still behind, but still in it up to this point, with half an hour left in the game's play, with 24 runs to win. Comes into bowl, and leg glances it, and it goes through the gap between mid-wicket and square leg, and they're going to go for 2. Slowly but surely, those little runs for Macleod are keeping them on top of this game. But the cheering, the loud cheering from the Macleod Pavilion tells us just how nervous they must be, because of they're not that far ahead, they're only a little bit. Alright, comes into bowl. Leaves it alone outside the off stump. Comes into bowl. And it's driven, and it beats the stumps, and it beats the bowler's hand, and that might just be a 4. Oh dear. That was the thing that Diamond Creek would have dreaded the most. Rather than get those 2 maidens needed to get themselves back to level peggings, they have conceded 4 runs off the previous over, and now they've conceded 6 runs off this over, and suddenly their grip on the game is starting to slip. Will they lose their nerves, or will they bounce back in this coming little period? And defended. Another good over for Macleod. It's 91 for 5. And we've got a double change. No, wait. Yes, we do have a double change, with the other spinner being taken off. So the 2 spinners are off. Comes into bowl. And leg lances it, and it's down to fine leg, and there's no one at fine leg. The fielder at square leg has to run around, and they just keep it to 1. So 2 singles. Things are starting to lose the grip. Things are starting to lose it for Diamond Creek. They're just falling further and further behind. They need to think of something. Oh, inside edge, fielded there by mid wicket. It's been a valiant effort, but they're still just a few overs behind. They still just they've got more balls to bowl than runs to defend on a reasonable runs per over ratio. Comes into bowl, and it's driven and straight to mid on, and a bad throw, and they get a overthrow. Another run conceded from a misfield. Something has to happen here for Diamond Creek. Comes into bowl, and driven back to the bowler for a dot ball. Well, okay, only 3 runs off that ball, off that over. It's 94 for 5. The required run rate is still 2.5 runs per over. It was about 3 at the start of the innings, and slowly but surely Macleod have just kept in front, scoring more runs than they are required to do so, which is why the required run rate is slowly dipping downwards, and now they are within striking distance of the target. Left it alone outside the off stump. So there's 6 overs to go, and like Diamond Creek have to get at least 2 maidens here. 2 maidens, which would make it 16 runs from 4 overs. Now that would be really exciting. It will be a real difficult challenge for Macleod. Comes into bowl. and leaves it alone outside the off stump. Comes into bowl. Driven straight to the short cover for a dot ball. So, the field is slip, backward point gully, or backward slash gully, point, cover, extra cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, wideish mid wicket, and then square leg. Everyone's saving one in an orthodox position. And it's beaten the fielder at mid-off. And that's for, once again, the big shot has come in favour of Macleod. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. Comes into bowl. And driven straight back to mid off. It's 98 for 5. So continuing to bowl from the Diamond Creek trail end, we have the right arm medium fast bowler. Everyone saving one on the ring. And driven back, and the fielder at mid-on is able to secure it. The non-striker dove back because he was worried that the bowl was going to be able to get his hands on the ball. This is the 36th over. Comes into bowl. And it's full toss, and it's driven, but the fielder at mid-on is able to run around and secure it. Into bowl and driven, and again, whoa, that's a great piece of fielding there for mid-on. Saves for a 3 there, just the 1 run conceded. Okay, comes into bowl. And it's driven, and they're going to go for a single, and they get it. These little ones are just so painful now because now it's into single figures. It's such little to play with now. Comes into bowl. And oh no, it's an edge down to fine leg. The fielder at square leg has to chase it down. They're going for 2. Are they going to go for the 3rd on the arm? No, they do not. Here we go. Comes into bowl. And it's driven, and again a great fielding by mid-on. Now that is just excellent fielding. It's 102 for 5. Well, slip, short third man, point, cover point, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, square leg. No one at... Oh wait, now the extra fielder is coming into mid-wicket. So everyone in the covers, saving one. Oh, no, now there's short cover and short mid-wicket. So no one behind fine square on the leg side and no one at third man. Comes into bowl. And it's a full toss and it goes through the gap in the covers that was left by having the two attacking fielders. A full toss that was down at shin height, which is the perfect to drive, and they get two there. Comes into bowl, leaves it alone, and a wide. Now they're looking at an opportunity of actually winning this game from here. Comes into bowl. And it's leg glanced, and it goes through the gap and it beats the square leg fielder, and they're going to come back for two. Comfortable, relaxing two. Comes into bowl, and it's driven to the fielder at extra cover point. Sorry, at cover point. The Diamond Creek players just trying to keep themselves motivated until the end, which will not be far away now. And it's a full toss and another good save, but they're going to get one run there nonetheless. Another full toss, another good piece of fielding. I'm afraid to say this, but the Diamond Creek bowlers, especially after the spinners went off and the seam bowlers have come back on, have just not been able to execute. Too many full tosses. Comes into bowl. And there's another full toss. This time straight to short cover. Last ball of the over. Will the winning runs be hit now? Or will they have to wait till the next over? And leaves it alone. End of the over. Okay. So just one run to win. One run to win. This is 38 folk. Still 18 balls to be bowled in this innings. And Macleod are only a moment away from getting the run, which secures them the win. As much as Diamond Creek have tried, they just were not able to defend such a small total. And a wicket. Oh dear. Ain't that the way? Ain't that the way? So a nice little wicket there for the left arm spinner. He very much earned that. He's been bowling really well. Very impressive. And so the next batsman comes in without much to do. He will, and a very much deserved round of applause for the batsman who did excellent work in securing this win. But at the final, just as the palace is about to be stormed, he loses his wicket. So the new batsman is on strike still. So, well, we'll see what can happen. I mean, Diamond Creek can still get something out of this game, whatever that may be. It's 109 for 6. Here we go. Comes into bowl. No, that would have been a hit him outside the line. Oh, what? What? That was awful. Hit him way outside the line of the off stump. I think that was a charity wicket. There's no way that was out. A very short stay for the number 8. So let's just have a look at that. So it's 109 for 7 now. So the left arm off spinner is on a hat-trick. That would be something. He's definitely bowled really well, and he definitely deserves these wickets that he's getting. So let's just see what he can come up with here. It's still 109 runs, so the scores are level, and it's just a matter of 1 run needing to be scored from the 16 balls. So, but then again, there's only 3 wickets in hand. I mean, take another couple of wickets. Take 2 more wickets, and then we might be getting to something that's a bit interesting. Here we go. Is this the winning runs? Oh, no hat-trick. No hat-trick for the left arm spinner. Thick outside edge. Here we go. 1 run to win. Oh! Well! What is happening out there? It's all happening at Coventry Oval. We've just seen 3 wickets in 4 balls. The score is 109 for 8. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie, dearie. And now the Macleod team has to quickly figure out who's batting at number 10 and make sure he gets the pads on and rushes out there, because he's got a little bit of work to do. The problem is, of course, that there's only 2 balls left in the over, so even if he just has to bat them out, then the established batsman will be on strike to score the winning runs next over. So that is probably a worst case scenario if he can't just hit the winning runs himself. Okay, this is turning out to be a very long over. Okay, here. Here we go. What of all in the name of cricket could possibly happen right now? And that's the winning runs. Well, the winning runs have been scored. The batsman charged, made sure that the ball was played as a full toss and was able to hit the boundary. So a victory for Macleod by 2 wickets with 13 balls to spare.